What's up, money growers? So Jacob back here with another video of something I want to go over with you guys. Some of the benefits, the biggest benefits of being with Navy Federal Credit Union and being a member of this, well, the largest credit union that there is, right? So I want to talk about this today for you guys. I know a lot of people are always looking to join Navy Federal. They're very popular for lots of reasons, many of which we're going to be talking about in this video here. So go ahead, hit the thumbs up button because we're going to dive into this, and be sure to help each other out in the comment section below if there's something that I miss in this video you think is important, because a lot of people are on their own credit journey right now, on their own financial journey. So if you can give any kind of insight that you think would help them with Navy Federal, please tell them down in the comments section and do what you can to help. You guys are great about doing that, and I appreciate it. And I'm happy that you're, taking some time out of the day to spend it with me on things like this. So if you're thinking about joining Navy Federal, by the end of this video, I'll probably have you pretty convinced of why it's a good idea to join them. Now, everybody knows that Navy Federal does serve the military, okay, because it's in the name, Navy Federal Credit Union. And some people think it's just Navy that they serve, but no, it's all military personnel. But they are also open to non-military as well. So as we look at this, here's a list of people, right? Parents, grandparents, spouses, siblings, children, including adopted and stepchildren, grandchildren, household members. So it could just be like a roommate. You live together. If you're a roommate with someone who's in the military, you can join. Certain employee groups, depending on your employer, can join. DoD civilian employees can, right? If you're assigned to a DoD installation, you're a contractor, that kind of thing, then yes, you can join. So you don't, if you want to join, you yourself do not always have to be in the military. So if you had, like I said, you're related to somebody who was, that can be a big help. Even if you have a grandparent who's passed away but was in the military, then, you have to show that proof. You have to find like a DD-214 or, some kind of proof that they were in. But it is possible to join if you're not in the military and take advantage of a lot of these great offers and products that they have available. So as we continue, we're going to be looking, one of the big things people love about Navy Federal is the fact there's no service charges or fees on most accounts. You're going to see this is a common theme with Navy Federal for lots of their products that they offer. So you look at a lot of these different types of accounts they have for checking accounts, savings accounts, things like that. A lot of these have no monthly service fee. There's a free active duty checking account, free easy checking account, free campus checking account for students, free everyday checking. Flagship check, $0 if the balance is more than $1,500, and $10 a month if it's under $1,500 for flagship. But all these other ones, 0, 0, 0, 0. Lots of zeros as far as fees and service charge that they have on their accounts with Navy Federal. So one reason people like them a lot. Now, as we keep moving forward with credit cards, right? This is, oh man, one thing that lots of people know Navy Federal for, especially here online, right? Their overall reputation that they have, okay? Lots of people, they love it because, if you can fulfill the requirements to qualify for their credit cards, which they do have a pre-approval tool on the website you can use. You have to be a member to use the pre-approval tool, so you have to get in first. But their overall reputation is that they do give high credit limits to people. All over the internet, you're going to see videos of people talking about getting really high credit limits using the late night hack where, it's supposed to help you get approved for a high limit because, nobody's in the office to process it, and it's just an algorithm that does it. So they do have a flagship card that goes up to an $80,000 limit, and all the other cards, all the other unsecured cards they have go up to $50,000 limit. And you are allowed to have 3 personal credit cards with Navy Federal Credit Union. I have gotten some mixed information over like the total amount that you can have as far as credit limit. I have heard people say that you can have, because there's 3 cards, you can have 2 that go up to 50,000 and a flagship that goes up to 80 and have 180. I've heard that several times before. I was also told once by a Navy Federal rep that you can have 3 flagship cards at 80 apiece. Then I did talked about that in a video. Some people were saying, no, that's actually not the case. It's 80,000 across all 3 cards if you get 3. And I called back twice in the same day and asked a rep, and each time the rep looked up and said, yes, it's 80,000 is the limit across all of your cards. So if you just have 1 flagship, you go up to 80,000, that's it. If you get a flagship and 2 others, or 3 other cards total, all 3 of them, the total credit limit is 80,000. If it's your name on the card. Authorized user, then, if you're an authorized user on someone else's card, it's a different story. But for you in your own name, that's what it is, 80,000. That's what I've been told. Now, as we continue to keep going forward here, the interest rates on credit cards, again, none higher than 18%. Okay, lots of other Places, I mean, even like USAA, they've got ones that are what 23.99, I think, is up to that level. So they have the platinum card, which is 0% interest for 12 months and no balance transfer fee. It's as low as 5.99%. So, but you're not going to get anything higher than 18%. And then their low rates on their cards. So the average credit card APR that Navy Federal says is 5% lower than the industry average. And then lower fees than normal. Ha 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 is the big one, right? So kind of like we had talked about earlier. So for following up on that, specifically when it comes to like credit cards mostly, but you'll see the credit cards, they have six of them, right? All of them have no annual fee except for one, and that's the flagship. The one we said earlier goes up to $80,000. That's the only one, and it's a $49 annual fee, so it's not that bad. Okay. The other cards they have, no annual fee on any of them. All right. Now, there's no balance transfer fee on the credit cards or foreign transaction fee. If you have a prepaid card, there's no monthly activation or purchase fees for it. So you have ATM cash advance fees. There's none if it's performed at a Navy Federal branch or ATM. Otherwise, you're looking at 50 cents per domestic transaction or $1 per foreign transaction. They do have almost 30,000 free ATMs, so those are oftentimes at 7-Eleven stores. I noticed a lot of them at 7-Elevens where you can go for, you need to get cash at the ATM with Navy Federal. Sometimes certain hotel chains, but a lot of them are convenience stores. And then you get up to $10 in ATM rebates per statement period. So if you do want to be using ATMs that are not part of the network and you get charged, $1, $2, whatever it is, for the fee, you will get up to $10 in rebates per month with Navy Federal. So up to $120 a year is what you're looking at. They do have 24-hour customer service line for credit cards, loans, and the fraud department. So even on holidays, weekends, I've talked to them at many different hours of the day. They are there, particularly mostly when I call and talk about credit card stuff. Customer experience so far has been pretty good. There's been a hiccup or two here or there with sometimes you get told something that's different from what someone else says. But, sometimes that works out to be in your favor because some rep will share info on stuff that like another one wouldn't. So sometimes you get some cool info. They usually are very patient explaining and answering questions. I would say the customer service overall is pretty good. And then, it's nice because some credit unions, it's only during working hours that you can get a hold of anybody. So the fact that some of their departments are 24/7 is a big help. Now, part of this reason they are able to do that is because of the size of the organization. So they manage over 125 billion in assets. So they are the biggest in terms of credit unions. The next closest is SCCU at 42 billion. So if you're just talking a number of assets owned or managed, I mean Navy Federal's damn near 3 times. Actually, they're about 3 times the size of the next closest. So they're huge for credit union standards, but they're not huge as far as bank standards, right? They're nowhere near as big as the biggest banks, but they do have 331 branches, and like I said, small for a bank, but a lot for a credit union. So they're really kind of that happy medium, you would say, where they're not as big as a bank. They're a huge credit union, but not nearly as big as the biggest banks. So they're big enough that they're able to offer some great products that other smaller credit unions cannot. But they're still a credit union, so they tend to be more member focused. They're not owned by shareholders. They're owned by the members they're owned by the members, so they're still going to operate like a credit union who focuses more locally and gives more individual attention versus a large corporate bank. Now, as we continue here, they do have a fair amount of options for those with bad credit, or if you're just starting to build credit. So they do have a secured card they offer, the N Rewards secured cards, a $200 minimum deposit of your own money. You can go up to $5,000 if you choose to. And then after 3 months, you can get a credit limit increase, CLI. So if you're doing well with your money, you're being responsible, you can get a credit limit increase after 3 months. And after 6 to 12 months, the card can graduate to an unsecured card. So that's when it's no longer your own money that you have to use to secure it. You're going to get your money back. Then they'll give you an unsecured card because now they think, hey, you're more trustworthy. We're okay with giving you money to use on the credit card, and we trust that you're going to pay us back, when you're supposed to on the due date. They also have what's called a pledge loan where you can borrow against your own savings or certificates of deposit without a credit check. So again, it's your own money. So it's a secured loan. You're securing it with your own cash. So you can do that. Some people like to take a loan out for that for 6 months just so they can add it to their credit report and they can strengthen their credit profile. And then often you get those at a lower interest rate than you would for other types of credit. So again, it's one of the things that people like because they do have a fair amount of options for a wide range of people. Loan rates they have, personal loans, they're good, but I would say not the best. I've looked at them before, done some comparison. The lowest you'll get is about 7.49%. I was able to find some for 5.99, 5.93. So, if you want to keep it in the Navy Federal family, you can. You can, get some competitive rates, but it is possible to find better outside of there. Auto loan, depending on the car, whether it's new, late model, or used, that can depend on the loan. You can also try to get approved up to a certain amount online with Navy Federal and see what you can qualify for. And you can just go into the dealership and say, here, I'm pre-approved for this much. Also, they have mortgage loans available, so they have 5. So 2 of them are just for military and 3 of them are for civilians. So military, you can use all 5 if you want. It doesn't matter. You have access to all of them, but civilians have access to 3. Mortgage rate match is another benefit that they have, where it says if you find a better rate for your home purchase or refinance, they will match it. And if they can't, you get $1,000 after closing. They also have a program too, where if you use a realtor who's in their network, they'll actually give you a commission when your home closes and you actually buy the home. So anywhere from $400 up to $8,000, depending on the price of the home. So that's something cool they offer with their mortgages. You can actually get cash back for buying a home. Like cash back for credit cards, but cash back when you buy a house. So the CD interest rates, these are also going to be better than you're going to find a lot of other places. So you have the special Easy Start certificate where it's a 12-month term. Minimum deposit's $50. The max is $3,000 or maybe it's $3,500, one of those two. But the APY you're looking at is about 3%, which that's going to be tough to beat. Okay, some other banks I've seen, like online banks, even I think was it 1% or 1.9, which is was considered really high. I don't even think they're that high right now. So 3% is pretty tough to beat. You're not going to get rich off of having $3,000 or $3,500 in there at 3%, but some people may just want a safe place to put some money, or they maybe want to put their emergency fund money in there. And if they have to pull it out, then they can, and they pay a bit of a penalty. But if there's no emergencies, nothing happens, at least they made, a few percent on their money. And subscribe. That's how we're going to close this out. Biggest benefit to Navy Federal. It allows me to make awesome content talking about stuff like this and sharing my experiences about Navy Federal. So if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, I'd be happy to have you. I'm happy to have everybody who's here so far. You guys have been great. You've been awesome in helping this channel grow and hitting the thumbs up button and commenting and just being great. So I appreciate you getting in here, early in this process while my channel is still small. I still have less than just under 1,500 subscribers right now. So it's fun building this out. It's fun putting in the work, and it's fun grinding away. And it's going to be more fun as the channel gets bigger and grows. So thank you for being here now. I appreciate you being so awesome. Please subscribe, and I'll see you again soon.